Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field. As we're winding down the season, we have a couple of games left this weekend, and the next weekend will be the Malden tournament and the Holland tournament, and will be the end of the regular season. It comes and it goes very quickly, and the weather has not been the best for this season. Probably the worst I've ever gone through. New England's trying to get to 500. They're 6-7. They've won their last couple. I think they're looking for 3 in a row. They got a big win over arch rival Classical here the other night. And they're taking on Malden. Malden's 10-4. They're already in the tournament. Second year in a row. They've really turned the program around. They hadn't been in the tournament for many years. And now they've qualified for the tournament the last 2 in a row. Andres Figueroa on the mound. Throwing to Elian Pena, the catcher. Ryan Coxwell, the shortstop, will lead it off for Malden. On not a bad day, but overcast, and it rained a little bit earlier. Not a heck of a lot. Hopefully it's gone away, because there's this one, and then after this, St. Mary's is playing here tonight. Figueroa is a tall figure, well over 6 feet on the mound, right-hander. And the first pitch hits Cogswell. So 1 pitch, 1 base runner. Jake Simpson is pitching today. He's the hitter. I think it's a track practice going on at Manning Field. High and tight for a ball. It's a piece and fouls it into the catcher's mitt. Pena making the catch. That was a little up and in. It might have been ball 2. Instead, it's 1-1. Curveball drops in. The umpire said strike. It takes him a second or 2 to get that right arm up. So it's 1-2. Good off-speed curveball by Figueroa. In easily with a stolen base. Figueroa not even looking at the runner at first base. Not many fans for this one. Hit in the air. Backing up. Off the glove, all the way back to the fence. 1 run is going to score. The pitcher helps himself with a triple. So a hit batsman in a triple. 2 hitters, and Malden has a 1-0 lead with a runner at third. Rodriguez just kept going back. That was hit a ton. Ryan Bodridge, DHing for the right fielder, Tommy Cronin, is the hitter. Up and away for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. Hit to short. Manzanillo makes the play, holding the runner at third. Good job. So one away. Ezekiel Nolsaint, the center fielder, will be the hitter. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. Chase the high fastball. Hit foul back. And it kind of goes 1-2. Down the way for a ball. Hit to left field, coming on. It bounces for a base hit. So Malden very quickly grabs a 2-0 lead. Just a little poke. Bounced in front of Rodriguez in left field. Good thing it bounced. The runner at third obviously knew it was going to be a hit. He was already home. If Rodriguez could have caught that, they would have had a double play. The catcher, Bo Bogenstead. And again, not even looking at the runner at first. Olsen got a huge jump. They were lucky he didn't go to third when the ball went to the backstop. Wide for a ball. Pena had to stop that one from going to the backstop. The 2-0 pitch. Up and in for ball 3. The runner takes off, in for a strike. He steals third. So 3 stolen bases in the first inning. Bogenstead draws a walk. So we've had a single, a triple, a hit batsman, and a walk. It brings up Ryan McMahon, the third baseman. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. Another stolen base. This one just letting him go. Second and third now with one out. Malden's already jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and they're looking for more. English shortens up in the infield. Fishing wide again. It's 3-1. It was ball 4 anyway. And we're going to get a trip out to the mound as all of a sudden, 2 runs in, the base is loaded for Chris McDonald, the first baseman. Nobody warming up for English. So to make a change, it'll have to come from the defense. A hit batsman followed by a triple, a ground out followed by a base hit, and then back-to-back walks. And all of a sudden it's 2-0 Malden. They have the bases loaded and 1 out. Paula talking to the troops. That breaks up. And Chris McDonald, the first baseman, will step in the box. Off the catcher, that's going to score a run. Way inside the wild pitch. Now it's second and third. 3 runs in. In for a strike. Just got a piece of that curveball, fouled it away. Hit straight up in the air behind the plate. Pena circling, can't make the play. It bounces foul. It certainly was a playable. Just lost it, never got a glove on it. So McDonald gets a break. Instead of the second out, he's back in the batter's box. Up and away for a ball. They're not all the way in. Shortstop, second baseman are closing in. Hit to center field. Short. Galva makes the catch. The throw to the plate. Out at the plate. It wasn't hit that deep. So a very nice throw by Galva, nice tag by Pena. They stop more of the bleeding, but Malden has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. They did it with 2 base hits, a couple of walks, a hit batsman, a wild pitch. And the English has dug themselves a hole before they come to bat. It'll be Kenry Manzanillo, the shortstop, leading off. Gil McGalva, who just made that nice throw from center field, will bat second. Playing right field and batting third, Gamaliel Calderon. In a cleanup spot is the third baseman, Jarrell Benzin. Playing first and batting fifth, Gilbert Galva. The DH, Wilfredo Perez, will hit number 6. He's hitting for the catcher, Elian Pena. Batting seventh and playing left field, Juan Rodriguez. Pitching and batting eighth, Andres Figueroa. And the second baseman, Sanders Richardson, will bring up the tail end of the order, batting ninth. So English already has a hole to dig themselves out of as they trail 3-0 early. And before Jake Simpson throws a pitch, he's got a 3-0 cushion. He helped himself. Knocking it around the scoring run. He got the triple to deep left field. Knocked in the first one, scored the second one. He's throwing to the catcher, Bo Borgenstead. So, English, they don't have to get them all back, but they like to get something started. So, Kenry Manzanillo, the shortstop. Last game, he hit one over the fence. Game before that, hit 2 over the fence, fouled deep to left field, and hit one deep that short hopped over the fence. Up and away for a ball. Aren't many fans here. Hits his foul out of play. Down that grassy knoll behind first base. It's easy to count the attendance. There's like 17 people here. Almost pulled the trigger on a pitch, was way up and in. Held up. And the count evens at 2. High for the ball. So he was ahead of him. Now he's got to come in with a pitch. Hit foul. So Manzanillo forcing Simpson to throw some pitches here. Hit in the air. Right fielder gives way to the center fielder at the last minute. And Noel Saint makes the catch. It almost dropped between them. They almost miscommunicated. The right field looked like he was going to make the easy catch. Center fielder stepped right in front. Gil McGalva, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Tries to bunt and misses it. He's done it a couple of times in games we've done for base hits. Missing wide for a ball. Missing again, wide. Count goes to 2-1. Hit in the air behind home plate. The pitcher calling everybody up. The catcher was going the wrong way. Simpson went the right way. Catcher went towards English's dugout. Pitcher went towards the Malden dugout, and the pitcher makes the play, helping himself. So he helped himself with a triple, not getting a run, scoring a run. Now he helps himself chasing the pop-up down. There's two away. Gambler Calderon, the right fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. Center fielder is out in the boondocks. The left fielder as well for a left-handed hitter. They are very deep in the outfield. Pitching low for a ball. Solid shot right to the first baseman. He hit that. That was a rocket, and he didn't get a break. It went right to the first baseman, McDonald, who makes the easy play. So it looks like an easy out, but you can't hit it any better than Calderon just hit it, and he just didn't get lucky. So Simpson retires 3 in a row. We finished an inning here in this Greater Boston League battle. Malden 3, English nothing. 8-9-1 for Malden as we start the second inning. Billy Gavin, the second baseman, will lead it off against Andres Figueroa, starting his second inning. In for a strike. We'll have to wait a second. We can't always hear the umpire. It's a little bit of delay with that right arm coming up. Chase that pitch. It was way up and in. Swung right through it. Getting ready for lacrosse over at Manning Field. Strike 3 called. First strikeout for Figueroa. Brian Jose, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Bats left, throws left. Hits it foul out of play off to the left side. Wide for a ball. Lines it right to the third baseman. He hit it right on the nose, and he hit it right to the third baseman, Benson. So we saw Calderon for English hit a shot down the first base line. Now we see Jose do it to the third baseman. High and tight for a ball. Brian Cogswell led off the ball game, getting hit by the first pitch of the game. Came around to score on the pitcher Simpson's triple. Hit back foul and out of play. You might have heard that hit the stands. Makes a lot of noise when this place is empty. Curveball just hung inside. Just broke late. High for a ball. And he's on base for the second time, this time with a walk. So he's walked 3 and hit a batter in an inning and 2/3. Cogswell stole second last time he was on base. Machine wide for ball 2. Down and away. In for a strike. This is Simpson, the pitcher, who drilled a triple over the left fielder's head, knocking it around and then scored a run. Really helping himself. The runner takes off, the ball chopped over the mound. Manzanillo will make the easy play. So the walk doesn't hurt. So 3 walks and a hit batsman. The hit batsman scored. First walk got thrown out the plate trying to score from a fly ball. Very shallow center field. So it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Jerry Benson, Gilbert Galva, Wilfredo Perez to face Jake Simpson, who will be starting his second inning of work. It's 3-0 Malden. He jumped very early. A hit batsman, a triple, a single, a wild pitch. Just like that, it was 3-0. And they would have got another one, but Galva made a perfect throw to the plate. The center fielder nailing it to Pena, the catcher, who laid the tag on. Borgenstead, the catcher, trying to score. So Benson will try to get something started, leading off the second inning for the Bulldogs. And we're going to get warm-up action in the bullpen for the Bulldogs. Benson, a couple of nights ago, hit a home run here. He hit it over the right field fence, halfway up the hill, and it was as high as it was deep. That little off-speed curveball drops in. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the right field for a base hit. Benson gets English's first hit. Simpson had retired the first 3. Now he gives up the hit. And Gilbert Galva, the first baseman, will be the hitter. That's hit deep, but they're playing deep. And he almost went too far. He's left-handed. He almost went too far to his left. He had to reach back and pick it. But Raiden Jose making that play. Galva hit that a long way. I just got through saying they're playing extremely deep in the outfield. They may have to buy a ticket to get back in the park. Popped up. Third baseman makes the play. They were looking for a double play. Wilfredo Perez pops up to the third baseman. Juan Rodriguez, the left fielder, will be the hitter. Fishing wide for a ball. Good curveball for a strike. Again, a little late with the right hand. I believe he said strike, but the right hand was late coming up. Chased that pitch. It broke way down the way. He needed a much longer bat to reach that one. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So he gives up the hit, but then he retires the next 3 with his first strikeout. Ends the inning. We finished 2. Malden with that first inning blast, leading St. Mary's 3-10 after 2. Ryan Bodridge grounded out short to first in the first inning. He'll lead off the third for Malden. Malden are the Tornadoes. The Golden Tornadoes. On the corner for a strike. Line shot, he got way out in front of it, pulled it foul. And the left fielder going to have to go get it because it bounced back in to the playing field. The 0-2 pitch. Reaches and pops it up. There's that one-handed catch again. Benson gets it done. I remember you used to say, catch it with 2 hands. Willie Mays would catch with 2 hands. Now everything is one hand. Fly balls, line drives. Nobody uses the offhand anymore. Hit in the air to right field. Just about in his tracks, making another one-handed catch is Calderon. 2 quick outs in the third. Bo Morgenstead, the catcher, threw a walk. That was an old St. Jude, just flat out. He got an RBI single and scored a run. He scored the third run in the first inning. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike. Again, we have to wait a little while to see that right arm come up. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chase that pitch. It was wide for a strike. So I figured I would settle down a bit. Gets his first 1-2-3 inning. He retired 6 out of 7, 7 out of 8. Gets his second strikeout, excuse me. He was still trying to get on the offensive wagon. It'll be 8-9-1 to face Jake Simpson, who will be starting his 3rd inning of work. Andres Figueroa, the pitcher. Sanders Richardson, the second baseman. Back to the top of the order, Kendry Manzanillo will be the 3 hitters for the Bulldogs. Pitcher against pitcher here as Andres Figueroa will step into the batter's box. Up and away for a ball. Breaks down and away, 2-0. That one's in for a strike. Foul tip, evens the count at 2. Two pitch up and coming. This is in. And we got full count. ball 4. So pitcher against pitcher, Figueroa draws a walk. Sanders, Richardson. And we're going to have Jordan Hernandez will run. For Figueroa. In for a strike. That could not have been more perfect. Second baseman was going over to cover the bag with the runner stealing. The ball was hit almost right to the second base bag. Second baseman Gavin made the play, and Esteban Paulo, I think he's thinking that the ball was either blocked at first base or the first baseman was off the bag, but they called it a double play. So it's a 4-3 double play. The walk is wiped out. The umpires are discussing it. And the call stands. Henry Manzanella flied out to center field. And boy, I'm looking, the center fielder is almost on the warning track in center field. The left field is the same, the right field is the same. They are extremely deep. I don't know if they think Otani is up. Hit foul back. Simple little pop-up could be a double by the time they get to it. Swing and a miss in on the hands. He swung right through it. So walk and then a picture perfect. Second baseman could not have been in a better spot. All he had to do was catch it, take one step, and step on the bag. And he was there because the runner was stealing second base. Hit foul at home plate. High for a ball. And we another deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 outs. Hit the shot. What a great play. And a throw, and they get him. Outstanding by Cogswell, the shortstop. Dove and picked it, and it was hit hard enough that he was able to get up, and he threw a strike over to first. Outstanding defensive play by Ryan Cogswell. Robs Manzanella of a hit, so the walk doesn't hurt. With the walk, Simpson faces only 3 hitters. We finished 3 in this Greater Boston League battle. The first inning is the difference. Malden 3, English nothing. 6, 7, and 8 for Malden as we start the 4th inning. Ryan McMahon drew a walk back in the first inning. And he lines it in the center field. He's on for the second time. Jumped on the first pitch and hit it right by Figueroa into center field. Chris McDonald hit a shot fly ball to center field. When the runner tried to score from third, he was thrown out. at the plate. Nice throw by Galvin, nice tag by Pena. Squares the bunt, takes the pitch for a strike. Swing and a miss. Figueroa trying to keep the runner close. They've stolen a few bases. So 4 in the first inning. The runner takes off easily into second base. Strike 3 called. Good pitch. Third strikeout for Figueroa. Billy Gavin, the second baseman, was called out on strikes. So he didn't get one in the first, but he's got a strikeout in each of the second, third, and fourth innings. In for a strike. On the corner. Nice pitch. Quickly 0-2. Almost made it into the press box. I don't think our cameraman knows how close he came to getting hit. Curveball, he just looked at it, took something off and dropped it in. Nice pitch. The runner takes off, and the ball is fouled off. Brian Jose, the right fielder, hit a shot right at the third baseman, Benson. If it's not right at him, it's in the left field, and it's probably going to be at least a double, maybe a triple, because they're off the line for a left-handed hitter. Nobody really covering at second base, just trying to keep the runner close. 5 stolen bases in 4 innings for Malden. Hit foul to the backstop. Quickly 0-2. Way wide for a ball. Up and away for a ball. And deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He strikes the side out. He's retired 10 of the last 12 after that shaky first inning. 3 big strikeouts in the inning. He's got 5 for the game. And we're halfway through the ball game. Simpson will start his 4th inning of work. And it's still that first inning is the difference. Malden got 3. That's where we are, 3-0. The Golden Tornadoes over the Bulldogs. And it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for English as they try to get something going. They've only had 2 base runners and they've been spaced. A leadoff single, he got the next 3. In the second, a leadoff walk, he got the next 3. The walk was part of the double play. That those next 3 that he got out. So if you count the double play, he's retired 9 out of 10. Gilmagava popped to the pitcher in foul territory just to the first base side of home plate. In for a strike. It just amazes me that they're playing. The right fielder isn't that deep, but left field and center field are way out. In for another strike. 0-2. Missing wide for a ball. Curveball hangs high. Evens the count at 2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Simpson. Hamlet Calderon hit it right on the nose and ripped it right to the first baseman on a hop or 2. And he was out at first base. In for a strike. Hit foul at home plate. And it's 0-2. I think the umpire is giving the catcher a little bit of time to recover. That foul tip was off the catcher. He walked out to the mound. Hit long way to left field. Left field is out there. They're out in the boondocks, and they made the play. He went way over the left center field to pick that one. Calderon hit it a ton again, and he's 0 for 2. Can't hit any better than that. Left fielder Jose went over to left center field and picked it. In for a strike. Benson has the only hit for English. They've only had one other base runner, a leadoff walk to Rodriguez, who was doubled up on a 4-3 double play. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike. Yeah, we got Deuces Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hit in the air. Shortstop going out. Had it, dropped it. Benson will reach on the error. He went out, he had it in his glove, and he dropped it. So count the double play. Simpson had retired 8 in a row. Hit the center field, actually going back to the warning track. He was out that deep. Galva hit that right on the nose to the deepest part of the ballpark. Playing that deep, he was able to go back and get it. And takes extra bases and probably a runaway from English. So we finished 4 between the Golden Tornadoes of Malden and the Bulldogs of English, and Malden leading it 3-0. Top of the order for Malden. All right, Cosgrove got hit by a pitch, scored a run, walked. So he hasn't been up officially, but he's put one of the 3 runs on the board. High and tight for a ball. Figueroa will start his 5th inning of work. Had a little bit of a tough start, but he's picked it up a little bit since. And he hits Cosgrove for the 2nd time. That's the way we started the ball game. Esteban Paulo, I think we're going to get a new pitcher. Paulo's coming out. He signaled, I think, it's going to be Elijah Wallace. Wallace pitched an outstanding game the other night. And when he went to warm up for the 7th inning, he stepped wrong, got hurt, had to come out of the game. Gilmer Galva came in and got a 1-2-3 inning to get the win. That was over Classical. So discussion on the mound. After the 1st inning, he settled down. A 2-out walk in the 2nd, a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, a leadoff walk, a leadoff hit in the 4th. And then he struck out the side. Now he hits the first batter. And I think this might be Galva coming in. I talked about Galva coming in and getting a 1-2-3. And this will be Galva coming in relief. So Gilmer Galva, there's 2 of them. Gilbert Galva is the first baseman. Gilmore will come in from center field and take over on the mound. Elijah Wallace will go to center field. So Figueroa goes 4, gives up 3 base hits, 2 of them with 2 big hits in the first inning that knocked in runs. The runner takes off easily in with a stolen base. He struck out 5, walked 3, and hit 2. And the 2 hit batsmen were the same guy, Ryan Cogswell, who just stole second base for his second steal. Six stolen bases. That one goes right through the wickets. Down in the turf. So hit batsman, stolen base, wild pitch. Puts a runner at third with nobody out for Malden. Jake Simpson tripled in a run and scored a run in that 3-run first. Last time up, he grounded out short to first. English will bring the infield in. Blocked by Pena, keeps it in front. Line shot, he got out in front and pulled it foul. Almost hit my car. It went right by my car. They've been aiming for me the last couple of nights. Hit to third. They hold the runner. Nice job by Benson, the third baseman. One away. Ryan Bolger is the DH hitting for the right fielder, Tommy Cronin. He has grounded a shot and popped to third. That's hit a long way to left field. That's going to bring a run in. Easily walking in from third. Cogswell scores his second run. Holdridge hit that a long way. Rodriguez flacked it down. Ezekiel Nolsaint singled in a run and scored. He was involved in 2 of the runs, knocking in 1, scoring 1 in the first inning. Last time up, he flied to right field. Gilmer Galva was getting ready to pitch. Gilbert Galva at first base said, "Wait a minute, I have to tie my shoe." Missing for a ball. Waves at that pitch. Stepped away, swinging at that pitch. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. I'm not sure whether the on-deck hitter was heading towards home plate. He thought it was strike 3. If it was, it would have been 3 outs. Pena set up way outside, trying to get Noel Saint to chase. Swing and a miss. But Malden adds to their list. They hit batsman, stolen base, wild pitch, scores on the sacrifice fly. They get a run without a hit. We'll move into the bottom half of the fifth. 6, 7, and 8 for the Bulldogs, as they try to get something going against Jake Simpson, who's been tough. 3 base runners for English. A hit, a walk, and an error. They've been spaced, 1 in each inning, the second, third, and fourth, and one of those, the walk, was eliminated on a double play. From the first page to the second page. Wilfredo Perez popped to the third baseman, his one trip. He's DHing for the catcher, Pena. High and tight for a ball. Down the way for a ball. That one's in for a strike. That was a long delay on the right hand coming up. Hit back to the pitcher. One up, one down. This is Elijah Wallace. He went into play center field. I thought he'd be batting in the pitcher spot, but Figueroa is staying in the game. He stayed in left field. In for a strike. Hit to center field. There's that one-handed catch again by everybody. 2 up, 2 down in the fifth. Andres Figueroa was the pitcher. He's now the left fielder. He drew a walk. And Jordan Hernandez running for him was part of the 4-3 double play. When Richardson, the next hitter, hit a solid shot, but the second baseman was going over to cover second on a steal, and he was right there to field the ball and step on the bag and complete the double play. Picture perfect for Malden. slap. Third baseman picks it off and throws Figueroa out. If that goes to the shortstop, it might have been a base hit. Second, 1, 2, 3, and he got one in the first inning. He gets one here in the fifth. We're through 5 in this Greater Boston League battle. Malden leading English 4-0. Bo Borgenstead, the catcher, walked and struck out swinging. He's facing Galva for the first time. Galva will start an inning after coming in relief. In for a strike. Waved at that pitch for strike 2. English will be one of the 4 teams. English, Classical, Swampscott, and St. Mary's taking part in the Mullins tournament. This being a Wednesday evening, it'll be a week from this coming Friday. The Mullins tournament will be taking place here, honoring an outstanding young man who left us way too soon. Curveball catches the outside corner. Nice pitch. He was a very good athlete, very good coach. As I mentioned, went way too soon. He'd have a smile on his face knowing it's a baseball tournament honoring him. High for a ball. Ryan McMahon is perfect. He's walked and singled. Three over the count. That one misses inside. Waved at that pitch. In for a strike. Umpire must be getting tired. His right arm is coming up later and later. Hit to short. Big hop for Manzanillo. He's got that rocket arm. Two up, two down. They get McMahon for the first time. Chris McDonald applied to center, struck out. Missing low for a ball. Swing and a miss. Pitching low for a ball. 2-1 the count. Didn't miss by much. Look at that. I'm assuming it's a lacrosse game over main field, but nobody's running the scoreboard. Nothing on the scoreboard, I thought. Hit to shot. There's Anello again. Throws it away at first. Threw it way up the right field line. So Galba was looking, he was going to retire 6 in a row with that out at first. He retired 5 in a row. The error extends the inning. Billy Gavin has struck out twice, both times called. Both times against Figueroa. Hit to third. Safe at second base. Benson had an easy play at first base. Richardson was nowhere near second base. Easy call. So the fielder's choice puts 2 on. It was an easy play at first base. It kind of caught him by surprise. It bounced right up in his lap. And he thought he'd get the play at second, but Richardson nowhere near the second base bag. And when we went to get it, he was up in the air when he caught it. Easy call for the umpire. That one skips through. That's a pass ball. That one off the catcher. Chalked that one up to the catcher. That takes off the force at any base for English. Galva could have had an easily 1-2-3 inning, retiring 6 in a row. Instead, now he's in trouble. In for a strike. Top of the order, Cogswell on deck. Hit in the right center field, in the gap. Hustling around. Their second triple. He hit a shot the first time up right at the third baseman. Now he gets it in the gap. So the error, and basically an error, the fielder's choice, gives Malden a 6-run lead. English gave away 2 there. And here's another one. Second time they scored on a wild pitch. So after 2 easy outs, they score 3. And put this one a lot easier in the win column. Down the way. The inning was over. They threw the ball away at first base. The inning was over. They didn't make the play on the ground to the third. And Jose made him pay with a triple. Hit in the air. Figueroa makes the one-handed catch. They finally get Cogswell out. He was perfect. He scored 2 runs without being up officially. He got hit twice, walked, scored 2 runs. They finally get him out on the fly ball to left field. Malden is down in the 6th. But thanks to English's defense, they put 3 on the board. They do with 1 hit, the triple, and then the wild pitch. And all of a sudden, it's 7-0. Malden. And Galva could be suing for non-support. So Jake Simpson has a few more runs to work with. Nine, 1, and 2 for English. Tough inning for the Bulldogs. 2 quick outs. Galva retired 5 in a row coming on. Then that ground ball to short thrown away. The ground ball to third. They had an easy play at first. They opted to go to second. Second base was nowhere near the bag. The runner is safe. And then Jose gets the triple to right center and scores at a wild pitch. And just like that, it's 7-0. Sanders Richardson bounced out second and first into a double play. He was up, the runner at first, stealing second. It normally would have been a base hit for Richardson. He hit it just to the right field side of second base. Would have gone into right center. But the second baseman went over to cover second with the steal. And he was right there to field the ground ball. Step in the bag and get the double play. On 4 pitches, Hanson draws a walk. Second walk given up by Simpson. Henry Manzanillo was flied to center and grounded to short. And he got hit by the pitch. First time English has had 2 runners on base. Gilmore Galva was the center fielder. He's now the pitcher. Popped to the pitcher and foul ground. Last time up, he struck out swinging. In for a strike. Down and away. Nice stop by Bolgenstead, the catcher. High for a ball. Foul tip off the catcher. Evens the count at 2. Hit foul to the screen. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Nice stop again by the catcher. And the count goes full. Hit foul back and out of play. We'll do it again, the full count. He draws a walk. So all of a sudden, without a hit, they have the bases loaded and nobody out. For Gamaliel Calderon, he has hit a shot to the first baseman, fielded for an out. He hit a shot to left center field. Now he dribbles it down the first baseline. They'll make the play and get the out. Just a little dribbler down the first baseline. Gets him an RBI. Last time up that Calderon hit a shot to left center field that the left fielder Jose made a nice running catch on. And then he just hit a little nubbler. Totally different than the first two times he hit it. And again, I'm looking at the center fielder. He's about 2 steps from the fence in center field. Two quick strikes. Benson lined a single to right. Reached on an error. He was one of only 3 base runners coming into this inning. And one of those was wiped out on a double play. But now Simpson had a little bit of a hiccup. 2 walks and a hit batsman. Popped up. Third baseman, 1 or 2 steps on the outfield turf. Two away. Gilbert Garver, fly to left, hit a rocket to center, the deepest part of the ballpark, dead center field. And Noel St. As deep as he was playing, he had to go back a couple of steps to make the play. In for a strike. Pop foul back. 2 quick strikes. Hit in the right field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. A big 2-out hit by Galva. That's only the second hit for English. Wilfredo Perez, the DH, hitting for the catcher Pena. Popped to third, bounced to the pitcher. Down and away for a ball. So Simpson lost the shutout, but he kind of did it by himself. 2 walks and a hit batsman. And all 3 of them have scored. Down and away for a ball. I'm not sure. Now they're going to put a runner in. Pimentel's going to run at first for Gilbert Galva. Looks like he's limping a little bit with that right foot. They waited a while before they ran for him. Really favoring that right foot as he comes back to the dugout. Off-speed pitch, he was way out in front of it. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hit the shot to make the play at first. So English takes a little bit of advantage. They had the bases loaded, nobody out with 2 walks and a hit batsman. But a little tap of the first and a single to right by Gilbert Galva gets him 3. But they still got some work to do. We finished 6. Malden in the lead, 7-3 over the Bulldogs. 2-3-4 for Malden as we start the 7th inning. Jake Simpson tripled in a run and scored a run in the first inning. Grounded to short, grounded to third. So St. Mary's gave away those 3 runs. They'd be right in this ball game right now if they didn't give those 3 runs away in the 6th inning. It could very well be 4-3 right now. Low for a ball. Calvin had a perfect inning coming in against Classical to finish the game. He came in relief here, retired the first 5 he faced, but then the infield got him in trouble. Hit foul. Put 2 runners on, and then Jose made him pay with that big triple, second triple of the game. And that's ball 4. Fourth walk given up by English, pitching first by Galva. Iron Bodridge grounded a shot, popped to third, and it hit a long sacrifice fly to left field for an RBI. That was the inning when Malden got hit by a pitch, stole second, went to third in a wild pitch and scored. And there's another stolen base. Seven stolen bases for Malden. Hit foul again. Bodridge is the DH. He's hitting for the right fielder, Cronin. Took a long look at that one and was high and away. Curveball drops on the inside corner. Good pitch by Galva. His third strikeout. Ezekiel Saint singled in a run and scored a run in the first inning. Fly to right. That was against Figueroa. Now against, actually last time up he faced Gilmer. He struck out. The runner takes off for third. In with a stolen base. That's their 8th. As Bowers steals second, now he steals third. Hit to center field. That's Elijah Wallace going back easily deep enough. Sacrifice fly. So the walk hurt along with the 2 stolen bases. It's now 8-3, Malden. Morgenstead walked in the first inning. He struck out the last 2 times. Once against Figueroa, once against Galva. Hit back to the mound. Galva will make the play. 2-way in the 7th. 3-way, excuse me, in the 7th. So the walk and the 2 stolen bases hit, score on another sacrifice fly. So the last 4 runs that Malden has scored, they got them on 1 base hit. We're going into the bottom of the 7th. English needs a very big inning. Malden 3 outs away from their 11th win. 8-3, Malden over the Bulldogs. Elijah Wallace will lead off the 7th inning as at the bottom 3 in the order. As we start the 7th inning, the lights come on here. Some of them at Frazier Field. In for a strike. Wallace has been up once and flied to center field. He came in when Galva went to the mound. Waved at that curveball. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Simpson. In for a strike. Andres Figueroa walked and grounded to third. He was the starting pitcher. Hit. Foul ball. Quickly 0-2. Malden wanted that one. Evens the count of 2-2. Took a long look at that one as it broke down and away. Yeah, that's ball 4. Here draws his second walk. Fourth walk given up by Simpson. Two of the walks and the hit batsman scored the runs. In for a strike. Sanders Richardson grounded a second, walked and scored. Off the catcher will move the runner up. Malden's got 8 runs, but they only got 4 hits. Hit foul. A couple of hit batsmen have scored. A walk has scored. Wild pitches scored 2. Hit in the left field for a base hit. They knocked the run in. I'm not sure why he's diving head first. I hope he doesn't get hurt. So the wild pitch moved him over. The base hit scores him. And it's now 8-4. Yeah. Carswell got hit twice, scored twice. Simpson drew a walk, scored. An error and a fielder's choice that would have either play would have ended the 6th inning. They both scored. Henry Manzanillo, the hitter. He is fly to center, grounded to short, got hit by a pitch and scored. It was the one hiccup that Simpson had. He got a walk, a hit batsman, and a walk in that 6th inning leading off. Solid shot to left field for a base hit. It skips right through, and the runner's going to score. It's a hit and an error. Manzanello will get a single. He goes to second on the error. Richardson goes to third on the hit. He scores on the error. And it's 8-5, and we're going to trip out to the mound. And once again, as it has been for both teams, a walk getting involved. Brian Jose is the new pitcher coming in from left field. The pitcher Simpson goes to shortstop. Ryan Bolger is the designated hitter, is coming in the game in the outfield. So they made a few changes. Gilmer Galva has popped to the pitcher, struck out, walked, and scored. So take away that inning in the sixth when they gave away the 3 runs, it would be 4-4. Or 5-5. Way wide for a ball. Down and away for a ball. If Galva can get on, we have the tying run come to home plate. Who would have thought this? The way Simpson was going. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. The count evens at 2. Pop foul, almost made it to the press box. Just missed us. High for a ball. The count goes full. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, he gets him. So the Bulldogs are down to their last out. Glamere Calderon has gone from utopia to, he drilled a shot to the first baseman, hit it on the nose. And he was out at first. He hit a rocket into left center field, and the left fielder made a running catch. And then, the last time up, he dribbled one down the first baseline with the bases loaded and got an RBI. So he hit 2 shots the first time and hit a little dribble knuckleball down the first baseline for an RBI. So he's 0 for 3 with an RBI. Punch foul. Jerry Benson, the third baseman, on deck, hoping he gets a shot. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Don't go away. English has got a pulse. It's shallow, but they have a pulse. Another shot. And all of a sudden, the tying run is at home plate. Jerry Benson lined the single to right, reached on an error, popped to third. He's the tying run at home plate. In for a strike. A few Malden fans here are getting a little bit nervous. Hits it foul out of play. English waited till the last couple of innings to get going. Malden and their pitcher Simpson helped them in the sixth. Now they got a couple of hits and a walk. Hit foul back to the screen. English is down to their last strike. Line shot, he got way out in front of it, pulled it way foul down that grassy knoll behind first base. Hit it well, but got way out in front of it. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Up and away for a ball. Punched, gonna bounce foul. The 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air. Long run for everybody. Left fielder coming on, makes the play. So English down to the wire. They had the tying run at home plate after trailing 8-3. And they wound up losing it by a score of 8-6. As they get 6 in the last 2 innings. 3 hits and a walk in the last inning. They gave this one away. As Malden will go to 11-4, English will drop a little less 500. They go to 6-8, and their 3-game winning streak goes by the boards. Malden got a run in the first, a hit batsman, a triple by the pitcher Simpson, a single by Noel Saint. He stole 2 bases and scored in a wild pitch. It was 3-0. They made it 4-0 in the 5th inning. A hit batsman, a stolen base, a wild pitch, and a sacrifice fly. So without a hit, they scored a run. And it was 4-0. English gave it away in the 6th after 2 quick outs. An infield ground ball would have been the 3rd out, thrown away. A ground ball to third. Instead of going to first, they went to second, missed it. Both runners were safe. Brian Jose followed with a triple. Scored in a wild pitch, so instead of having no runs and leading still 4-0, it was 7. The English got 3 in the bottom of the 6th. A ground ball by Calderon, just a little nubber down the first base line, scored a run. A 2 RBI single by Galva, and it was 6-3. Malden got another run without a hit, a walk, 2 stolen bases, and a sacrifice fly, made it 8. And then English in the last inning, Figueroa got a walk, went to second a wild pitch. Richardson knocked him in with a single. Manzanillo got a base hit. An RBI single by Calderon. An error in the outfield brought the third run in to make it 8-6. The tying run at home plate. And a pop fly to left field gets him the third out. And Malden can sigh a big sigh of relief as they hold on. Simpson was outstanding until he got to the 6th inning. In that 6th inning, when English scored their 3, he walked, hit a batter, and walked a batter. The bases loaded with nobody out. They managed to get 3 runs with only 1 hit. Pringles Manzanello got hit by a pitch, had a base hit, scored 2. Gilmer Galva did a nice job on the mound, should have had a better outcome. He walked and scored a run. Gamaliel Calderon had 2 RBI, had a base hit. Janelle Benson had a base hit. Gilbert Galva had a base hit, knocking in 2. Figueroa drew a walk twice, scored a run. Sanders Richardson had a walk and a single, scored 1, knocked 1 in. And English, in that 6th inning, they'd like to have back 2 big misplays, cost them, and it gave Malden 3 runs, and that kind of put it away. The English made a gallant effort, but they had too many to make up, and they lose it by a score of 8-6. English will go to 6-8. Malden, going to the state tournament, will go to 11-4. So 8-6, Malden over English. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.